Broadcast of Redbirds men basketball. 103.3 WZND, the pulse of Redbird.
Keep it tuned here to 103.3 WZND Fused Radio for your continuous live coverage of Illinois State basketball.
Welcome back to Doug Collins Court inside of Redbird Arena. Thank you for all listening. It's 103.3 WZND, the pulse of Redbird Nation's broadcast of Illinois State men's basketball. Right now the Redbirds down 8, 56-48 with just about 7 minutes and 40 seconds left to play. Andy, what do you think the guys have to do here to come away with the victory?
You know, I really think it comes down to shooting. Missouri State's hitting their open shots, and the Redbirds just do not seem to be doing so.
Redbirds right now, as well with the Bears, are still at their team benches. And the referees are huddled too. Missouri State breaks huddle. Looks like Copeland, Bazookas, Downing, Weems, and Renair coming back in. This is the first time we've seen Weems in a good 6-7 minutes. He's their best player, so look for John Wilkins to be back on him defending.
Missouri State kind of kept him out of the game, you know. Kyle Weems has 3 fouls. You don't want him to foul out because you know he's going to be a big key down the stretch for these Missouri State Bears.
John Wilkins is going to shoot 2 as the teams are back on the floor. Nick Moore, Brian Allen, John Eakey, Jordan Treeloff, and Wilkins, of course, on the floor for the Redbirds as Wilkins gets the ball looking to shoot his first. Wilkins' first shot is up, and it's good. Redbird lead down to 7.
With the Redbirds shooting so well from behind the arc, I'd really like to see them attack the basket, or from the free throw line. Sorry. I'd really like to see them attack the basket, possibly draw more fouls on the drive. I mean, right now they're shooting 76% from the charity stripe as opposed to Missouri State's 17%.
Wilkins sinks his second shot as Tyler Brown is going to check back into the game. He's sitting right outside the official's box. Copeland has it now, looking for something to do. He finds Bazookas, who finds Weems coming off the screen. Weems open for 2, no good. Rebounded by Eakey.
Lucky miss there for the Redbirds. That kind of defense is not going to get it done, leaving Weems wide open from behind the arc.
Nick Moore finds Brian Allen being guarded by Downing. Allen gets the screen set for him. He finds Wilkins open for 3. Wilkins shoots off the back rim. It's going to be a foul on Jordan Treeloff. It's going to be Missouri State's ball. Correction, it's going to be a foul on number 50, Rene, the new guy, subbing in for Caleb Patterson. Foul on him, and Jordan Treeloff's actually going to shoot 2.
Illinois State now in the double bonus, so Treeloff will have 2 attempts to bring this lead down, currently at 6 points.
Treeloff's first shot goes.
That Missouri State Bears lead now down to 5. Treeloff could cut it down to 4 and really bring this game within reach for the Redbirds.
And Tim Jankovic has put in the 3-point specialist Tyler Brown in for another 3-point specialist Brian Allen. He's going to take a breather. Be interesting to see if both of those players see the court at the same time later in the game. Treeloff sinks his second shot. Redbird deficit down to 4 points with 7 minutes left to go. Crowd really getting back into it. Bazookas being guarded by Moore. Nice crossover, dishes to Weems, being guarded by Wilkins. Finds Copeland. Copeland finds Jamar Goley. Goes back to Bazookas. Bazookas looking for somewhere to go. Has it tipped over by Nick Moore, and they're going to get called for a reach-in foul. Tipped the ball loose, and Nick Moore's going to get called for it. Got his ball a little bit on the body instead of all ball.
Yeah, you know, Nick Moore, he thought he had all ball. He kind of looked at the official like, for what? The official explained to him, looked like he caught a little bit of the hip as he went up for the ball.
That's Nick Moore's 4th foul of the game. Anthony Cousins going to check in for him as Tim Jankovic doesn't want his top point guard coming out early. Bazookas driving in. He dishes out Goey, finds Weems right under the basket. Easy bucket over Treeloff.
You know, Missouri State did a real good job of setting an off-ball screen on John Wilkins, who's covering Weems. And with that drive, everybody kind of had to collapse. Weems faded away from the paint a little bit and had an easy 2.
Tyler Brown driving in, and he's swatted by Goley, and it's going to be out of bounds on Goley when the ball was underneath. And Brown screaming in frustration as his night just keeps not getting any better for him. He's only got 3 points. Tried driving in, making a nice move, but had it swatted by Goley. It's going to stay down here, though. Cousins going to inbound the ball. Cousins looking for somewhere to go. He's going to find Wilkins. His Cousins going to trot all the way down the court and get the ball back from Wilkins. A lot of Redbirds moving on the floor right now. Treloff gives it to Brown. Brown can't get any separation as he finds Wilkins, takes the jumper, and it's good. Wilkins with the shot over Kyle Weems.
Great court vision there by Tyler Brown. Saw Wilkins open from behind the arc across court. Wilkins, instead of taking the three-point shot, gave a little pump fake, drove and had a nice little easy jump shot.
Bazookas finds Downing. Goes right back to Bazookas. They got 20 to shoot. 5:35 left to play. Goes to Weems. Weems standing right outside the three-point arc. Goes to Downing. It's going to be a whistle from the ref. It's going to be on John Wilkins, off-ball foul. Jackie Carmichael sitting right in front of the officials. He's going to come back into the game right now. Maybe checking in for Treloff or Wilkins. He's coming in for Treloff. Now we got the heightened lineup again of Carmichael, Wilkins, and Ike.
Wilkins really needs to watch out. He's been doing a real good job playing defense on Weems, but now he has 4 fouls. He cannot risk getting out of this game because he has played so well against Kyle Weems.
It's going to be Redbird ball and out of bounds by Missouri State. Another turnover. Makes that their 10th of the game. Anthony Cousins brings it back up court for the Redbirds. A lot of standing around, and they're looking what play to call. Ike and Brown switch pass. Ike gets the ball. It goes to Carmichael, who finds right at Ike. He's looking for Wilkins down low on Weems. Wilkins posting up. He's one-on-one versus Weems. Giving him the shoulder. He goes up, and he's going to get fouled in the basket. Won't go. He's going to shoot 2, but great effort by John Wilkins.
I really like that. They went right after the star player, Weems, on the other team, who now has 4 fouls on the game. He needs to watch out, or he could foul out of the game in a key situation, which could open the door for these Redbirds.
Wilkins has 4 points. He's 2 for 2 from the free throw.
And now a chance to cut the deficit down to 2 here for the Redbirds.
Yeah, right now, if the Redbirds make these 2, they really need a defensive stop. That's been the story. They've been able to climb back, get their offensive threes going, but they just need to stop Missouri State. Otherwise, it doesn't matter. Wilkins misses the first shot as number 1. Keith Pickens subs in for Weems. And it looks like Nick Moore is going to sub in pretty soon as Wilkins sinks the second of 2. Redbird deficit down to 3. Wilkins comes out, and Nick Moore comes back in for the Redbirds. Great game so far, I must say. Very close, wire to wire. 58-55, 5 minutes left in the game. Bazookas gives it up court. He finds Gully, who takes the jumper. No good, gets his own rebound, but he's going to knock it. Now it's going to be out of bounds on Carmichael.
An extremely lucky play there. Tyler Brown got caught up in a screen, left the Missouri State player wide open for a shot. Did a great job kind of getting back, maybe making the shot be adjusted unnecessarily, but just couldn't corral the rebound.
Right now, a timeout called by Missouri State. They want to know what they have to do, what play they got to run to get this lead a little bit bigger on the Redbirds. Let's take a look at the conference standings right now in the Missouri Valley Conference. Right now, Creighton is number 1 at 8-1, 18-2 overall. They're the only nationally ranked team in the Missouri Valley Conference. Right now, ISU sits at pretty low 7, and Missouri State's sitting out at 4th. Right now, Missouri State's overall record was 12-9. They have some losses that come to some pretty decent teams, such as Oklahoma State, New Mexico, Nevada, West Virginia. I mean, they've had quite a schedule and quite the experience for Missouri State. We are 1 of 4 games in the MVC tonight.
Creighton currently up 35-22 against Drake.
Brine founds Pickens, who goes up, and Carmichael jumps up. It's a harsh foul just to get the basket to go, but Pickens is going to shoot 2.
I got to tell you, on that play, Jackie Carmichael wanted that block so badly. He skied. His head looked like it was almost above the rim, but Pickens gave him a little pump and went up and drew the foul.
Pickens, first shot. The Redbirds behind the net are looking to distract him, and it's successful as he misses the first shot.
Gotta love these fans here supporting their team. They got the big celebrity heads out. Is that an angry bird over there?
Yeah, an angry bird and a beaver over there. Big jumbo heads. Jordan Treeloff checks back into the game. Taking his second shot. Up. And it's no good. Rebounded by Carmichael. Redbirds have a chance to tie it up once again as Cousins, Brown, Treeloff, Carmichael, and Iki are on the floor.
Time for the Redbirds to really facilitate their offense. Just run it. Get some kind of production here. All they need is a basket. They don't need a three. All they need is a two.
Tyler Brown gives it to Iki. Iki can't get the three to go. Rebounded by Christian Kirk.
I don't really like that shot by John Iki from behind the three-point arc. He hasn't been shooting it particularly well in this game, and I really think the Redbirds would have been much better off with a two-point field goal.
Christian Kirk posting up on Treeloff, and he gets the bucket to go. Lead back up to 5 for the Bears with 4 minutes to go. Anthony Cousins saying something to Tyler Brown. Iki gets the pass to Treeloff. It's going to be a foul on Kirk with the reach in. Treeloff is going to shoot two, but we're going to take a quick break. We got 3:51. It's going to take us to our last media timeout of the game. Don't go away as we have a thriller developing here in Normal, Illinois. You're listening to 103.3 WZND's broadcast, The Pulse of Redbird Nation.
103.3 WZND, your source for up-to-the-minute live coverage of Illinois State basketball.
Welcome back. Thank you for listening, folks. It's WZND's broadcast of Illinois State men's basketball brought to you by Avanti's. Right now, the score, Missouri State Bears 60, Illinois State Redbirds 55. During a media timeout now as both coaches are talking to their teams about strategies in these last few minutes of the game. Story of the season so far is they dig themselves in a hole and they make a comeback, which they have done again this game with opportunities to tie the game up. Tried to get the three to go, couldn't sink it. Right now, I think key to the rest of the game is Tyler Brown's really got to step up, get out of this certain funk he's in, and get more than 3 points total.
You know, Tyler Brown is an extremely talented scorer, and he really just, he's kind of disappeared. I mean, he's only got 3 points on the game, never really got started early, but, I mean, the Redbirds could definitely use some sort of shooting down the stretch. Another thing I want to point out, Johnny Key is only 1 for 5 behind the arc. I mentioned he took that 3-point shot, and I didn't really like it. He just hasn't really been shooting that ball too well. But it's not quite his fault. You know, Missouri State has held 14 of their 21 opponents so far this year below 43% shooting, and so far have the Redbirds at just 39% from the field.
Treeloff's first shot is up, and he makes it. He's 3 for 4 from the free throw. He's got 5 total points for the game.
Standout stat here for the Redbirds, shooting 77% from the free throw line. Not quite making up for their field goal percentage, but still enough to keep them in this game.
Treeloff misses a second as it's rebounded by Missouri State. Weems back in for Missouri State. Gives it to Christian Kirk, who finds Bazookas, a separation on Anthony Cousin. He gets the pull-up jumper to not go. Rebounded by Iki. Iki gives it to Tyler Brown, looking for Anthony Cousins, the point guard. He's going to hand it over to him.
An interesting matchup there. Had Carmichael on Weems, which I personally like because Carmichael's long. He loves to block the ball. Can really frustrate Weems down the stretch.
And Tyler Brown with the jump shot. And that's what Brown can do for you when he's hot.
You know, he's really getting going. If he can get going, he can pull this team even closer and even help them take the lead. But he's really got to have confidence to be able to take that shot.
Lead from Missouri State, down to 2 is goalie. Gives it over to Kirk, who finds Bazookas. Bazookas wants a pick. Bazookas is driving in. He's got nowhere to go. He finds an open man for 3, and he drains it to silence the crowd. Anthony Downey from Atchison, Kansas, a junior, sinks the tray. Carmichael gives it to Brown.
Key offensive possession here for the Redbirds. They need something to bounce back after pulling within 2 and now down 5.
Cousin gives it to Iki. Iki finds Treeloff. Gives it back to Cousin. They got 2 minutes and 15 seconds left in the game. Brown with a nice behind-the-back pass to Carmichael, who gets the layup to go.
Fantastic
communication.